You deserved a postgraduate work permit of complete length of 3 years. However, when you received that decision, you were shocked to see that the postgraduate work permit was only issued for 1 year or less than 3 years, and now you don't know what to do. Oftentimes we hear cases where the PGWP is issued for a shorter duration than what should have been issued, and people are very confused about that. Barring passport expiry being the number one reason, if you do not submit all the documents with the PGWP application, especially there is one single document that is the most important document, it can most certainly lead to a shorter length of postgraduate work permit. Now, what can be done in this case? How to avoid such a situation where you are issued a shorter length of the work permit, and how to ensure that you can get the full length of work permit if such a thing happens to you. We're going to talk about this in this video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Roop. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm of Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. So if you require assistance, if you have questions, here is our contact information. Feel free to call us, email us, WhatsApp us. We would be happy to assist you. First of all, guys, if you are interested in immigration, Canadian immigration, important tips and tricks about your applications, this is the channel. Pause the video right here and subscribe to the channel. You will be notified about any new video that we upload, and you'll get information that you don't want to miss. Now, before we move into the content of this video, let's answer the comment of the week. This comment comes from Sajid, and it's also about postgraduate work permit extension due to passport expiry. The question pertains to the fact that an application was made via paper, but there was no acknowledgement sent, and the gentleman over here is worried about his status, about his maintained status, and it's a very good question. Now, without going into the specifics of this case, I would generically answer this question. If you make an application to IRCC via paper, and that application is received by IRCC before your status expires, the proof of application being received by them could be the tracking from the courier you sent it through. That is enough to get maintained status. Unlike the online system where the submission confirmation is issued right away along with the application number, when you send an application via mail, that does not happen. It takes time for immigration to receive, process your application, and issue you the application number and acknowledgement. However, it's completely legal for you to say that this is when the application was received by IRCC, and that will give you the maintained status to continue to work. So you don't need to worry about making subsequent applications or applying for restoration, as long as your first application you made was actually in fact received by immigration before the expiry of your status. I hope this helps. Now, coming back to the content of the video, which is about postgraduate work permit being issued for a shorter duration. Now, of course, you would be issued a shorter duration PGWP if your passport is expiring, but that is a straightforward case, and we have covered it in one of our other videos over here. Now we are going to talk about the fact when the postgraduate work permit is issued for a duration which is less than 3 years. If you assuming you were entitled to 3 years, what could be the reason behind? The most common reason behind that is applicants not submitting a completion letter with their application. Oftentimes what happens is students finish their study program, they wait for their transcripts, and as soon as they have their transcripts, they apply for PGWP to be able to start working right away, to not waste time and wait for the completion letter. Now, guys, the problem with an application with a transcript is as follows. You may have done a course of 1 year, but you may have taken 4 semesters to complete that course. You did the 1 year program, but you took your time, you picked up some extra courses, you stayed full time, and you took 4 semesters. The processing officer does not know that it was a 2 year program or a 1 year program, and they likely gave you a 1 year work permit assuming it's a 1 year program. Similarly, on the other hand, you did a 2 year program, you give them the transcripts, but you do not give them the completion letter which specifically states the length of the program. The processing officer may not give you the benefit of doubt here, and they'll say that, you know what, I don't know what the length of the program is. Maybe it was a 1 year program, this gentleman took his time, completed it in 4 semesters, took 2 years. I'm only going to give him a 1-year work permit. So without that completion letter from the college, which specifies the official length of the program on the basis of which you're applying, the officer has no substantive evidence about the length of the program, and hence they cannot give you the full length, or they may not choose to give you the full length of your postgraduate work permit. So it's very important. It's so important for you to make sure that the completion letter that specifically mentions the length of the program goes along with your application, because this is the main reason for you being issued a shorter duration of postgraduate work permit, where the officer is not convinced of the length. With completion letter, it's pretty clear. They see a 2-year program, they give you a 3-year work permit, or they see 1-year program, 1 plus 1, 2, and they give you a 3-year work permit in most of the cases. Now, unfortunately, you are at a place where you were issued a postgraduate work permit for a length which was less than 3 years that you were entitled for. What can be done in such a case? All the battle is not lost here, guys. We have done applications before where the applicant was issued a length of PGWP which was less than what they were entitled for. You can apply for an extension. It is done usually via paper to extend the PGWP, wherein you have to clearly provide the completion letter, your transcripts, and clearly showcase to them that your program was indeed, say, a 2-year program, 3-year program, whatever the length was, and that you are entitled for a 3-year work permit, but you were issued only, say, a 1-year or 2-year work permit, and ask for that extension. Another good thing to include in such an application is the link or the printout from the college's website for that particular program that showcases all the courses in that program, and it will clearly showcase how many semesters that program is going to run for, giving an officer a clear picture of the actual length of the program. We have in the past been able to get successful results to extend the PGWP if it was issued for a shorter duration. So don't worry if you are in a situation where you were issued a 1-year PGWP after completing a 2-year study program. You don't need to stress out. Just know that you need to apply for an extension, and hopefully you will receive it. That's it for the video, guys. In summary, apart from passport expiry, one of the main reasons for not receiving full length of the PGWP is not providing the complete set of documents that includes the completion letter. Second is, if you are in a situation where you're issued a shorter duration, don't worry, you can still apply to extend, and hopefully you will be granted an extension. That's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. If you have specific questions, you can always book an appointment. The link is in the description below. If you need any other assistance, here is again our contact information. You can feel free to contact us. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.